Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda, or Swamiji, is a revolutionary spiritual master of our millennium. He walks on a mission to heal the world through the powers of meditation. Swamiji chose to be born as Rajashekaran in the sacred town of Tiruvannamalai in southern India. Mastering yoga and rigorous spiritual practices at a young age, Rajashekaran finally left home for the Himalayas in the quest of the ultimate truth. This quest led his feet to the holiest of pilgrimage spots and to great spiritual masters in India and Tibet. After years of wandering, study, and intense penance, the boy Rajashekaran experienced the ultimate flowering of consciousness on January 1st, 2000. Rajashekaran became Paramahamsa Sri Nithyananda. Guided by a divine vision, Swamiji set up Dhyanapitham, a worldwide movement for meditation in Bidadi near Bangalore in India. At the ashram, seekers aged between 8 and 80 live and learn in the Master's presence. Ananda healing, a unique healing science formulated by Swamiji, has been baffling the medical world by curing diseases ranging from migraine to cancer. Qualified individuals are also initiated by Swamiji into Ananda healing. Today there are over 300 healing centers and over 700 healers worldwide. The Ananda Spurana program is an intensive workshop for chakra healing and meditation that brings together philosophies and techniques from the world's major spiritual streams. The Nithyananda Spurana program, or NSP, is an advanced level course where participants work on all their 7 energy bodies. Ananda Yoga is an introductory program to help integrate meditation into our normal lifestyle with practical and powerful techniques to cope with work stress, ill health, and failing relationships. Swamiji also reaches out to people with Dhyana Satsangs, or mass meditation camps that take meditation to the remotest towns and villages of India. Swamiji travels the world, committed to spreading awareness about the role of individual transformation in shaping global communities. With a pragmatic vision that links Eastern philosophy to the Western scientific thought, Swamiji continues to awaken humanity to the significance of spirituality in our time.
Brahmanandam Paramashivoham Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvaditam Gaganasatrisam Tattvamasyaadilakshyam Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavaditam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami. Welcome you all with my love and best thoughts. The discourse topic is, what more do you want? Let me start with a story from great epic Mahabharata, the greatest book ever written on the planet Earth. There was a king called Yayati in olden days living. After the full 100 years of enjoying the world, enjoying his kingdom, all the pleasures, all the comforts, all the joys of the world, physically, mentally, and in all the other forms. After the 100 years, Yamadharma, Lord of Death, came to take him. He invited him, please come, it is time that you leave the planet Earth. King said, no, 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 what is this? Suddenly you have come. You did not even give a notice. You have come. Please give me some more, a small extension. Yama said, no, there can be no extension in the life. You have to come. Yayadi begged him, please allow me to live. I am the king. The country needs me. Finally, Yamadharma said, all right, if any of your sons are ready to give their time, their life for your sake, you are allowed to live on the planet Earth. Immediately he called on son. The son gave his whole life. So Yayati's life was extended 100 years more and son died immediately. Yayati enjoyed 100 more years, the same way of life, enjoying all the pleasures of kingdom, living. Again after 100 years, Yama appeared. Again Yayati started pleading, please, it is too short, you have come very quickly, please give me little more time, I am not prepared. Yamadharma said, all right, one more chance. One more son came forward, gave his life. So 100 years Yayati had extension. And after the 100 years, second 100 years, after the second extension, again when Yamadharma came, again the king was in a dissatisfaction. Yayati said, I am not yet satisfied. Please, can you come after 100 years? Yama said, no, this time we are not going to have the same game. This time I am going to do my job. Then Yamadharma gives a beautiful teaching to Yayati. Few words. He just says few words. Can you quench fire by pouring ghee? Just few words, Yamadharma says. And then the Mahabharata, the story says, the sutra says, Lakshmi happened to Yayati. Mahabharata is not saying Buddhi happened to Yayati, Lakshmi happened to Yayati. Mahabharata is not saying Saraswati happened to Yayati, no. Mahabharata is saying Lakshmi happened to Yayati. Means he had the Lakshmi in his being. He experienced Lakshmi in his being. Then he understood. He realized how many years you may live. The number of years is not going to help. The amount of pleasures is not going to quench the thirst. How many years you may have extension, it is not going to satisfy you. He realized the truth, left the body peacefully and rested in the feet of the divine. This is a wonderful story, the very small story, but we need to understand. Even if you live hundreds and hundreds of years, enjoying, experiencing the outer pleasures, without the inner quality, you will never feel fulfilled. Lakshmi means the feeling of fulfillment. Lakshmi is not quantity. Please understand. Lakshmi is quality. Lakshmi is not the quantity of your life. You having Lakshmi in your life means, we always understand, having Lakshmi in the life means having so many things in your life. More car, more houses, more richness, more bank balance. That is what you think as Lakshmi. No. Our masters interpret the word Lakshmi in a totally different way. They say Lakshmi means the quality of your life. The quality of your life. Lakshmi is not the quantity of your life. Lakshmi is not the number of things which you have accumulated. Lakshmi is the quality of your life, quality of your mind. The very birth of the Lakshmi, if you analyze it, you can understand. When the milk ocean was churned by the Devas and Rakshasas, by the gods and the demons, from the deep inside, from the ocean, she came out. When your mind, the milk ocean means your mind. When your mind is churned with a clear logic, with a pure analysis, if you start analyzing your mind and its activities, your mind is the most illogical thing. We always think our mind is logical. No, never believe your mind is logical. If you just write down all your thoughts just for 5 minutes, 5 minutes, write whatever you think honestly, without editing. You are not going to show it to anybody. You are going to only read by yourself. Don't edit. Whatever thoughts come in your mind, just write for 5 minutes and read that paper. You will understand how illogical we are. You will be thinking about your workplace. Suddenly you will see, you will be thinking about your house. Next moment, for no reason, you will be thinking about India. Third moment, no reason you will be thinking about your kids. So, your mind never moves based on logic. It is totally illogical. When you start analyzing your mind, when you use the logic is the Meru hill. When you use the logic and churn your mind, there rises the quality of your life. When you analyze your mind, that is what Upanishad calls Nitya Anitya Vastu Viveka. Analyzing which is eternal and which is not eternal. Analyzing which is right and which is wrong. That is what I call by the word logic. If you start analyzing which is right and which is wrong, which is going to be permanent, which is going to be temporary in your life, from that analysis, a intelligence will raise, a new quality of life will raise. That quality of life is what called Lakshmi. Lakshmi is the quality of life, feeling fulfilled. Most of the time you can see your house is filled with everything, but your being is not fulfilled. Filling your house is very easy, but fulfilling your being is what is real Lakshmitva. Lakshmitva means fulfilling your being. But our mind always works only towards more. It works only in the logic of, only in the line of more. By very nature, by the innate nature, the more can never be fulfilled. More can never be fulfilled. Have you seen any single person who was fulfilled is more? Never. More can never be fulfilled, because it goes on in the horizontal line. There are two dimensions in our being. One is horizontal. What next? What next? What next? Shankara says beautifully, Tatakim, Tatakim, Tatakim. What next? What next? What next? As long as you are moving in the horizontal line of what next? What next? More, more, more. It will never end. You will run, 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 run till you drop in your graveyard. The travel from more to more to more is traveling towards the graveyard. It can never be life. It is a slow death. It's almost a slow death. A small story. A guy was sitting in a bar drinking. There suddenly he saw an old lady from Christ's Salvation Army going from table to table and advising the people not to drink, to clear their life from the bad habits. He somehow tried his best to avoid eye contact with her, but unfortunately she landed upon his table. Started advising, "Oh son, don't you realize what you are taking is a slow poison?" This guy said, in a irritative mood, "I know I am not in urgent." This lady says, "Don't you understand what you are taking is a slow poison?" He says, "Yes, I know, because I am not in urgent." The idea of more and more and more is also a slow poison. It is just traveling towards death. The idea of more and more and more will never let you taste the life itself, will never let you enjoy the very life itself. You will never be allowed to relax as long as you have the idea of more and more and more. For example, if you are having a deep satisfaction, you will be enjoying the life. If you are living based on the idea of more and more and more, the greed will be enjoying you. To one level, up to one level, you will be drinking. Later on, drinks will be drinking you. To one level, you will be smoking. Then they will be smoking you. Up to a limit, you will be eating the food. Later on, food will be eating you. If your lifestyle is based on more, based on craving, you will be traveling in a horizontal line, which will never end. There is one more dimension to our life. There is one more dimension to our existence. There is one more dimension to our being. That is what I call vertical line. Vertical line means start living the reality what you have. Start enjoying intensely what you are having in your life. When you start enjoying, you will have such a deep satisfaction. The quality of life will improve so much. Naturally, you will find a different space, a different dimension in your being. When you start enjoying, you will stop craving. We always have an understanding. We crave because we enjoy more. No. If you deeply enjoy, if your awareness, if your sensitivity, if your consciousness starts expanding, starts growing, if you really enjoy this chair, you will never bother about big sofa. If you can't enjoy this chair, you think you can enjoy a big sofa? No. If you can't enjoy ordinary cot, even if you get queen size, you will be thinking of king size. Even if you get king size, you will be thinking of something else. If your mental setup is trained for this more, a new layer is created in your mind, what psychologists call as a cerebral layer. Enjoying mentally. Not enjoying what you have, but enjoying what you are going to have. The moment you get Lexus, you start thinking about Benz. The moment you sit in the Benz, mentally you start holding the steering of Rolls Royce. Continuously jumping, continuously escaping from reality. People ask me, Swamiji, what is renunciation? What is vairagya? Should we renounce to become enlightened? I tell them there is no need to renounce anything. Just renounce what you don't have, that is enough. Just renounce what you don't have. The problem is what you have never creates problem. Enjoy what you have, nothing wrong. Renounce what you don't have. But our main problem is we are continuously enjoying what we don't have. There starts a new thing called craving. Enjoying the life, enjoying the reality never disturbs us. It is the ghost. Craving is what I call as ghost. It is the craving, the ghost actually. The word Maya is a wonderful word which can never be translated in English. The meaning of the word is Yama iti Maya. In Sanskrit, the wonderful meaning. Yama, which is not there, is Maya. The craving, you can see, the materials which is not there in your life is creating difficulties for you. The moment you fantasize about some supermodel or Miss Universe or Miss World, your wife looks very ugly. Your husband is looking very ugly. The things which is not there in your life is creating troubles in your life. You can see in the regular life, people come and ask me, Swamiji, should we renounce this? Should we renounce that? Should I become a Swami to realize the truth? There is no need. Simply there is no need. Outer women never disturbs us. Only the inner women is disturbing. Drop your inner women. Drop your fantasies. Drop your imaginations. That is more than enough. Drop what you don't have. That is more than enough to realize the truth what you have. Reality never hurts us. Reality never creates trouble. It is fantasy. When you try to make your fantasies into reality, then starts the whole trouble. Then starts the whole trouble. When you drop the idea of more, when you start living the present moment, when you start living inside your boundary, people ask me, Swamiji, what do you mean by the word start living inside the boundary? Then are we living outside our boundary? If you analyze deeply your life, early morning, if you are in your house, your mind will be in the office. You will be thinking about office. If you are in the office, you will be thinking of evening, beach or restaurant. If you are in the restaurant, you will be thinking when I will go back to my house to rest. If you are in Wednesday, you will be thinking of weekend. If you are in weekend, you will be worrying about the Monday. The moment the Monday starts, you will again start thinking about the weekend. If you analyze, one thing is sure, if you are here, your mind is not here. If you deeply look, your mind never stays in a place where your body stays. That is what I call the lifestyle of more. You are just running without even knowing the goal. Rat race. The big problem in the rat race is even if you win, you are a rat. Nothing more than a rat. When you run with all your energy, with all your speed, you forget to enjoy. You forget to live. You forget to have the Lakshmi in your life. Again, you should understand, Lakshmi is the quality, not the quantity. The lifestyle of more leads to death. This lifestyle, another option, living inside your boundary, That is what I say, living in the present moment. Living in the present moment creates a new kind of mental setup, new kind of mental structure, what Vedantists call as a cognitive shift. A cognitive shift happens in your being. You start living more intensely, with more awareness, what Buddhists calls Zen, what we Vedantists call as cognitive shift, are living from moment to moment, living deeply centered on your being, living deeply centered on your very life itself. When you start living deeply centered on your being, centered on your very life, life feels like a blessing. So much of fulfillment, so much of joy, such a deep ecstasy. Life opens a different dimension for you. Instead of continuously feeling dissatisfied, feeling threatened by desires, you should understand this word, threatened by desires. The moment desire happens to you, you feel a deep uneasiness in your being. You can see the moment craving starts in your being, you feel a deep uneasiness, a deep uncomfortable feeling in your body, in your mind. If you observe, you can very clearly feel the moment the craving starts, the moment a desire starts, you will have a deep uncomfortable feeling in your body and mind. Because if the desire is fulfilled, the problem is you will start thinking, oh, when I will have it again, when I will have the same joy again, or will this joy leave me? If it is not fulfilled, a deep craving, hangover feeling. So if it is not fulfilled also, problem. If it is fulfilled, again, problem. So the moment desires enter into your being, the moment craving enters into your being, you become off. One side which starts craving, the other side which starts working for it. You become a schizophrenia. And half of your mind is visualizing about the thing which is supposed to happen, about your desire. The half is living the real life. The gap between the reality and your imagination is what I call tension. Tension, immediately, the moment you become half is a reality, half is a imagination, immediately tension starts happening in your body, in your being. There are only two kinds of lifestyle. One is living with the word more. Another one is living with the joy, this. Only two words. Either you enjoy now or never. There are only two kinds of mental setup. The man who enjoys the path and the goal, or the man who never enjoys path and the goal. Never think you can enjoy the goal if you don't enjoy the path. Always we think, when we are young, we think, somehow if we settle in the US, it will be really grand, we can enjoy. Once you come and settle here, you think, if I get a good house, really I can enjoy. Then you plan, if I get married, I can enjoy. Then you feel, if I get kids, we can enjoy. Then you think, if I am retired, I will have social security, money I can enjoy, relax, rest. By the time you retire, already your mental setup is created to run behind the word more. You have lost, you have forgotten the habit of enjoying or living. The very idea of relaxation has become just a word, not an experience. Then naturally you see, the quality to enjoy, the sensitivity to live is lost. It's almost like selling your eyes to purchase a painting, selling your life to purchase a house. Either you enjoy the present moment and enjoy the whole life. Either you enjoy the path and the goal, or you don't enjoy both. When Krishna says, Karmanye vadhikaraste mabaleshu kadachanaha, he means, when he says, do your duty, don't expect the result, it does not mean work without getting the salary, without taking the salary, no. He never says, do your job without taking the salary, no. He says, let the job itself become enjoyment. Let the path itself become the way to joy. Let you start feeling the fulfillment in the very path itself, in the very life itself. If you postpone, the habit of postponing will become a mental structure. That will become the mental attitude. One thing, be very clear. Whatever you may acquire in the quantity, it is the quality of your mind which is going to give joy and sensitivity. You may have king size bed, but it is your mind which has to sleep. So your mind is only going to decide. We work so much to increase the height of our bed, but we forget to increase the depth of our sleep. When you work towards increasing the height of the bed, you forget you need to increase the depth of your sleep. Small story. One guy wanted to do 3 works when he goes back to his house. So he never believes his memory. He always thinks he forgets things. So he made 3 knots in the kerchief. Went back to the house. Did 2 works. He remembered 2 things to be done and did 3rd thing somehow he was not able to remember. He was sitting, thinking. Whole night he was thinking. Early morning around 4 o'clock, suddenly he remembered. The 3rd knot he made, thinking, I should go and sleep nicely. Tomorrow is a weekend. Thinking that I should sleep, he made the 3rd knot. But when he was trying to find out what for he made the 3rd knot, he lost the whole sleep. Our whole life is wasted. Just like this. You plan to enjoy, but you never enjoy. If you don't have the quality of mind, even your weekends, what will you be doing? You may have a weekend, you may just change the place, but you are carrying the same restless mind, same restless attitude. What can you enjoy? You can never enjoy anything unless you have new quality of life, unless you work on the quality of your being. The immediate thing which we need to work is the instrument with which we enjoy the life, not the quantity of things which we acquire. One important thing you should understand. The moment you create the sensitivity in your being, even ordinary water looks like amrita. Ordinary water will taste like amrita. That is what the Purana says. There is a beautiful sutra in the Kathopanishad. If you give all your things away in the Vajpaya Yajna, you will become Indra. Based on this sutra only, the Ujjasravas, he starts doing the Vajpaya Yaga to give away all his properties. Originally, the Upanishad sloka means if you sacrifice everything, you will become Indra means. If you sacrifice the idea of having more and more and more, your whole being will enter into a new sensitivity. It is not the outwardly things. Don't think if you give away your house and if you give away your properties, you will have that quality. No. If you give away the idea, if you drop the idea of craving, if you drop the idea of having, if you drop the idea of more and more and more, you will have a different space, you will have a different sensitivity to live, to enjoy what you have. There is a beautiful story in Buddha's life. A great king called Aparasanjita. This king goes to Buddha. Wife of the king is a relative of Buddha. The wife of this king is a relative of Buddha. From the very young age, the queen is associated with Buddha and she knows about the quality of Buddha. Even after becoming enlightened, the queen used to go and have the darshan of Buddha. So the queen was continuously inspiring the king, please go and see the Buddha. Just see what kind of human being he is. Why don't you just have a look? Why don't you just check out? The king decides, all right, let me go and see who is this Buddha. Of course, he doesn't want to go as an ordinary person. He wants to show he is a king. So he takes all the best diamonds from his treasury. Queen says, don't take diamonds. He is not the man whom you think. Take at least few flowers. He may accept the flowers, but never the diamonds. King says, all right, let me take both. Diamond and flowers, both. In one hand, jewelry box filled with diamonds. In the other hand, plate filled with flowers. He goes to see the king, see the Buddha. King goes to see the Buddha. But his mind is thinking, let me show my greatness by giving both these things to Buddha. He goes, there Buddha is sitting in front of 10,000 disciples. The moment he entered the Buddha's court, he was about to offer the diamonds to Buddha. Buddha said, drop it. The king was shocked. But no other way, because 10,000 people are sitting. He dropped that diamond. And he was about to offer the flowers. Again Buddha said, drop it. He dropped the flower also. He felt like a stupid in front of a big crowd. Again Buddha says, drop it. Now it is too much. The king was not able to understand. He said, what are you talking? I am not having anything in my hand. I already dropped the diamond. I have dropped the flowers. What you are asking me to drop? The senior disciple of Buddha, Sariputta, was standing nearby. He says, Buddha is asking you to drop the idea of more and more and more. He is not asking you to drop diamonds or the lotus. Diamonds are not even worth dropping. He says, drop the idea that these things have got value. Drop the idea that diamond has got a special value. That is what Buddha wants you to drop, not the diamond itself. There is no need to drop the diamond. Even dropping the diamond means you have the fear that it is a valuable. Unless I drop all these things, I cannot become enlightened. No. Not even dropping the diamond, but dropping the attitude, it has got value. That is what Buddha says by the word drop it. Sariputta says beautifully, Buddha is telling you to drop your ideas about what is valuable and what is not valuable, which is great and which is not great. Buddha is not asking you to drop the physical things. He is not asking you to drop your kingdom. He is asking you to drop your mind, your idea. So understand, it is not the quantity of things, it is quality of things. First thing, neither running behind the idea more, nor dropping your outwardly comforts is going to help you. It is dropping the idea of more and more only is going to help you. Bring your mind to present moment, to live the life in the moment to moment, to live the life with joy, with bliss, with ecstasy, more intensely, more consciously, with more awareness. When you are drinking water, drink totally. When you are eating, eat totally. When you are walking, walk totally. When you are driving, drive totally. When you are sleeping, sleep totally. A great king goes to a Zen Buddhist master and asks him, Master, I heard that you always live with joy and bliss. What's the technique you practice? Please teach us. Master says, technique. I know only one thing. When I eat, I eat. When I sleep, that's all. King asks, then what do you mean? Are we not doing the same thing? Master says, yes, surely you are not. Look into your life. When you eat only, you will be planning about all your future, or worrying about all your past. When you eat, totally eat. When you sleep, totally sleep. You will see your whole life will become a worship. If you are living your life with the attitude of more, your whole life will be just work. If you are living your life this enjoying in the present moment, your whole life will be worship. Only two things. Either your whole life is work or your whole life is worship. Never think you can have part-time work and part-time worship. No. Work or worship depends on your attitude. With the right attitude, even your work can become worship. With the wrong attitude, even your worship will become work. With the right attitude, even your work can become worship. Joy, ecstasy, bliss, relating to the God, relating to the divine, relating to the whole existence. With the wrong attitude, even your worship will become a work, dry routine. Understand? With the right attitude, anything can be converted into meditation. With wrong attitude, even meditation can be converted into work. One disciple goes to a master, comes out after getting the beating. The other guy goes and comes out laughingly. The guy who was beaten asked the disciple who came out with joy and bliss, what did you do? What did master say? Why are you so happy? The guy who got beaten, he said, I asked, can I smoke when I meditate? The guy who came out with joy, he said, no, I asked, can I meditate when I smoke? The same thing, two different attitudes. One guy was beaten, the other guy was praised. So it is our attitude. With the right attitude, you can meditate when you smoke. With the wrong attitude, you will be smoking when you meditate. So, it is the attitude which decides your whole life. With the right attitude, you don't need anything more. But you will be showered with more and more things. There is a beautiful sloka in the Puranas which says, Ananda Kamranaha, means Ananda attracts the fortune. That's a beautiful one more saying. Where bliss is, there automatically Lakshmi walks in. If the bliss is there inside your house, automatically Lakshmi comes inside your being. And there's one more thing you need to understand. This is not a simple faith or belief. The modern day psychologists, they say, if your mind is blissful, happy, you attract the same type of blissful, happy incidences, blissful, happy persons, blissful, happy situations around you. If you are sad, if you are depressed, if you are dull, you attract the same type of persons and incidences around you. Your being acts like a dish antenna. If you tune yourself to joy and bliss, you naturally attract the adrishta, fortune, Lakshmi. If you tune yourself to the depression, dull mood, you naturally attract suffering and pain. It is your being which attracts the incidences of your life. Being in the present moment, being in the bliss, being with a joyful mood is one of the basic thing to worship Mahalakshmi. The attitude of Lakshmi will happen to you when you start living in the present moment. Either you live this moment and enjoy, or you never. Because tomorrow is also going to come only as a today. Tomorrow is also going to come only as a today. So if you postpone today in the name of tomorrow, tomorrow you will postpone in the name of day after tomorrow. That's all. So it is your choice. If you understand about the whole life, you will understand you don't need anything. You will feel you are just showered. You are not even given, you are showered. If you don't understand you are showered, how much is showered on you, you will take your life for granted. You will take your whole life for granted. If you understand you are showered, you will understand what more do we want. Let us understand what more do you want. You are showered so many things in our life. We always think God has given very less for us. He has not given what is my right is. A small story. One guy went to the temple and started praying to God. Oh God, just give me $100. I will be able to manage with that $100 my 1 week expenses. After 1 week, I will get my job and I will start donating to you. The priest heard the prayer and really felt compassionate towards that boy, towards that young guy. So he put $50 in a cover and went near him, gave that cover to him and told, see, God has asked me to give this cover to you. Please have it. The guy ran to his house, opened the cover, saw $50 and started praying, oh God, next time when you send money, please send directly. See, the priest has taken away half of it. We always think what is not given, not what is given. He never bothered the $50 which is given to him. He started bothering about the $50 which is not given. So when you understand how much life has showered on you, you will understand what more do we want. When you don't understand whatever life has showered on you, you will never understand even after entering into the graveyard. Even after entering into the graveyard, you will think, oh, next guy has got a good flat. Next guy has got good sight. My tomb is not as big as his. Either you understand now itself what more do we want, or never. Understand what more do you want. Your life will be filled with bliss, ecstasy and joy. Let you experience the bliss, eternal bliss. Thank you. So, what is time? 8:20. It is showing different time. What time we are supposed to finish? 8:30. It's already time.
We have some time for question and answers.
How many minutes? 15 minutes. So you have 15 minutes to put any questions. Any question you want to ask, you are welcome. We will try to see your questions. Please. Sorry, little loud.
We are just ordinary human beings. However, we try to live in the presence.
So when you say you are ordinary human, when you
what's going to happen tomorrow, and then about the past also.
When you say you are ordinary human being, do you mean I am extraordinary human being?
I think so.
No. There starts the trouble. Please be seated. You see, did you see when I walked inside? I also walk with 2 legs, ma'am. I have only 2 hands. Please understand, your mind cheats you by telling you are ordinary. One more thing, very important thing to understand. To become a Tagore, to become a Picasso, to become a Ravi Verma, you need intelligence. It's a talent. To be enlightened, you don't need any talent or intelligence. Just your ordinariness is more than enough. Enlightenment is not intelligence. It is not talent. It is just understanding you are ordinary. Raman Maharshi says beautifully, the moment you say that I am Bhagavan, you are ordinary, you miss my whole teaching. The moment you say I am extraordinary and you are ordinary, you hide your ego in a beautiful way. If your mind accepts that what I am saying is an easy thing, you need to immediately practice it. But your mind does not want to practice. Because if you practice all these things, your mind will have to die. Your mind will have to die. Your mind will lose its grip on you. Your mind is also, just like other beings in that world, has got its own instinct to survive. In the world, every being has got its own instinct to survive, to protect itself. Your mind also has got its own instinct to survive. That is the reason it says, no, I can't be alive without worrying about the past, without bothering about the future. Understand, a small thing. By your worrying, have you solved a single problem? Only created a little more problem. If you are worrying about 10 problems, you only created the 11th problem, depression. Never the problems are solved. Why not be a little more intelligent? That's all. Just be a little more intelligent. We can't be so poor to say, Swamiji, I understand the fire will burn, but I am not able to resist my temptation to put my hands in the fire. Do you say that? No. It is just a little more intelligence. Never count the moments in which you have failed. Count the moments in which you have become successful. The problem is, if you think your mind as a chain, you always count the strength of the chain based on the weakest link. But never do that with your mind. Don't measure the strength of your mind based on the weakest link. Never continuously remember by your failures and never think you are weak, you can't achieve this because you have failed in the early times. One thing, people come and ask me, Swamiji, my mind is not silent, it is creating too much of noise, too much of sound. I tell them, you do not know the amount of work which is going on inside. Now the computer people, the artificial intelligence people, they say, if we have to do 1/100th of the work of the mind, the data collection and data processing and giving the solutions, 1/100th, we need 3-story building computer. And the noise will be one full industry noise. So much of work is going inside such a small place with so much of silence, practically no sound. So don't think your mind is too much of noisy. First start understanding. Some way you can also proceed. Some way you can also progress. Don't bother about 9 times which you failed. Bother about 1 time which you are successful. That's a beautiful saying. 9 times if you are failing and only one time if you are achieving the success. Then increase the trial as 100 times, then 10 times you will have success, that's all. Now you are trying 10 times, 9 times you are failing. Once you are achieving, then increase the number of struggle, increase the number of trying or increase your effort. Naturally you will see you are achieving more and more moments of bliss. One more thing, you can very easily hide yourself in low self-esteem. If you are having high self-esteem, society will kick you. It will teach you. Wherever you go, your ego will be disturbed. But if you are having low self-esteem, no, I am not able to, I am not such a extraordinary person, I am ordinary, I am simple. When you hide yourself under a low self-esteem, society never teaches you, society never touches you. You are always praised, oh such a humble person, see how simple person. So you easily protect your ego in a very cunning way when you hide yourself under low self-esteem. So never keep yourself under low self-esteem. I always tell people, whatever esteem you have about yourself, except you being a God, you have low self-esteem. Because you are God. Whatever idea you have about you, except you are divine, you are having low self-esteem. Because you are divine. Understand, it is just low self-esteem. Don't take the stand that you are mind. Take the stand you are divine. You will be naturally helped. And not only that, don't associate yourself continuously with your failures. Associate yourself continuously with a few moments of success. Then you will see the number of success, the moments of success will increase. As long as you say, I am ordinary, I am ordinary, I am ordinary, you will be continue to suffer. When are you going to break and come out? People tell me, no, Swamiji, slowly I am changing. Change is never slowly. It is always quantum. It is always quantum. Either you transform or you don't, that's all. Either it's a quantum or you postpone. So, postponing is a beautiful but cunning method your mind chooses. It always says, I am an ordinary person, I am a grihastha, I am a householder, I have so many things. What is there? How can I change? People come and ask me, Swamiji, my mind is too restless, how can I meditate? It's like I am too sick, how can I take medicine? If you are sick, only then you need medicine. If your mind is too restless, only then you need meditation. If you say I am an ordinary person, only then you need these teachings. These teachings of living in the present, the effort to live in the present is necessary if you think you are ordinary person. If you are extraordinary, you don't need these teachings. If you say you are ordinary, you need to practice with 120% effort. Try it. Yes. It is time.
You said that you should not always go beyond more and more and more. But if you are not going on doing that, then there will be no development or no improvement.
One thing, when you start really enjoying your being, you will start expressing 10 times more creativity than you are expressing now. As on now, half of your mind is running behind more and more and more. Understand one thing. 80% of your energy is spent only in Icha Shakti. Thinking of more and more and more. Only 20% is spent in Kriya Shakti, creativity. If you start awakening the Jnana Shakti, the living in the present moment, living joyfully, consciously with awareness, 80% of your energy will be spent in creativity. You will start creating, and only 20% will be spent in just spending in a vague thoughts, in imagination. Understand? When I say drop running behind more and more and more, I say drop the mind which runs behind more and more and more. I don't say, I am not telling you, don't get a bigger house, don't make a bigger bank balance, don't make a big car. No. I am not telling you to drop the diamonds. I am telling you to drop the idea of having more and more. When you drop the idea, you will see, you will be more creative, you will be more productive, you will be more active than you are now. A small example, which is just empty race. I always tell people, bothering about this more and more and more is housekeeping in dreams. Do the housekeeping in reality. Please don't do it in the dreams. By bothering about more and more and more, you are doing housekeeping in dreams. When you are doing the housekeeping in dreams, you forget the reality. You forget to clean your house. All our struggle, if you look little deep, you will understand. I am not telling you to become enlightened. I don't even say you become enlightened. Just look little deep, skin deep into your mind. Take 3 days as a small experiment. Take these next 3 days, just for a small experiment. Just for next 3 days, drop all your worries. Surely by dropping your worries for 3 days, you will not lose your job. You will not lose your house. You will not die. Just for 3 days you try. Drop bothering about the future totally, utterly. Drop the whole craving. Just for 3 days. After 3 days, if it did not work out, please pick up your craving again. I don't say no. Just for 3 days, try this as a simple experiment. When I say, I am not even asking you to believe me. I am just saying you, take this as a hypothesis and try to work. Just for 3 days, decide consciously, I will not allow any craving. I will not allow any more and more attitude, more and more idea in my mind for only 3 days. Tomorrow, day after tomorrow, next day, just for 3 days. Not more than that. I am not asking you to drop eternally. Don't plan, I will drop once for all. You will never do it. Just for 3 days, try this experiment. You will see how active, how fresh, how creative, how bright, how energetic, how blissful you are. The moment you drop the craving, your whole energy gets integrated. Your whole energy gets centered. Your whole being becomes one-pointed. Then you will see 80% of your energy is spent in creativity. As on now, 80% of your energy is spent only in Icha Shakti. Means desiring, 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 desiring. Never working towards it. You are stressed out. Once you realize your energy getting wasted, once you drop the idea of craving, your whole energy will be integrated. You will start spending in creativity. The new dimension, that is what I am telling you. Horizontal is more and more and more, Icha Shakti. Vertical is achieving the Kriya Shakti. Now you travel only in the horizontal line. That's why you are tired. If you start traveling in the vertical line, you will understand you are in a different space. Your being is traveling in a different space. You are in a different level. Just take this as a small experiment for 3 days. Of course, in 3 days I am not leaving Dallas. After 3 days you can come and catch me. What did you teach? I am here to answer you. Just take for 3 days. Drop your cravings totally. Drop your more and more attitude totally. And 3 days surely you will not lose much. Even if you lose, you will not lose much. 3 days is worth trying. Try. You will see how fresh, how alive, how blissful you are. Then you will see how much of your energy is wasted, continuously getting wasted in Icha Shakti instead of Kriya Shakti. Awaken your Jnana Shakti. Drop the craving. Start living intensely with awareness in the present moment. You will see you are achieving 1,000 times more than what you are achieving now, what you are doing now. Because it is your mind which supplies energy to you. If you are stressed out, how will you create? The moment you remove the weight from your mind, the moment you remove the basic ingredient which creates stress in your mind, you will see you are just exploding into energy. You are just exploding into creativity, the Kriya Shakti. Thank you. Let you experience the bliss, eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you.
Just wanted to thank Swamiji for the wonderful discourse and for sharing his wisdom with all of us, and the temple administration for allowing this wonderful event to happen. Tomorrow Swamiji will be back in the temple at 7 o'clock. The discourse topic is need or greed. During Swamiji's week-long visit to Dallas area, he's also this Saturday and Sunday conducting a 3-day meditation workshop where Swamiji is going to spend time working on all the 7 major energy centers or chakras. Swamiji will be cleansing and energizing those energy centers that will help us in our physical, mental, psychological and spiritual growth. If you need more information, there are some flyers as far as the details of the program. Now Swamiji will be, will be giving his blessings if you're interested, and those who require any healing. Swamiji is a healer who's healed thousands of people of a lot of their both physical and mental problems. Please, you can form a line and take his blessings if you like. And if you need any special healing, he'll be able to heal. Thank you.
behalf of all of you, and also on behalf of thousands of devotees of the Hindu temple, I very humbly welcome His Holiness Sadguru Paramashivoham Sri Nithyananda Swamigal of Jnanapeetham amidst us for second day of discourse. All of us are truly blessed that Swamiji really agreed to come to the temple and address all of us and share his wisdom and thoughts on spirituality. And yesterday, you listened to the enlightening lecture by Swamiji on what more do you want. And today, we are going to hear about an equally interesting topic, need and greed. Once again, on behalf of all of you, I extend a hearty welcome to Swamiji. And as a token of our appreciation, on behalf of all of you and on behalf of our temple, I would like to offer.
ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वहि साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि. I welcome you all with my love and respect. I give my thanks and gratitude to the temple authorities for organizing this event. Today's subject is need or greed. There is a wonderful statement from Mahatma Gandhiji. We have enough of things to fulfill the whole world's needs, but even the whole world cannot fill single man's greed. We have enough of things to fulfill everybody's needs, but even the whole world cannot fulfill single man's greed. I think only a person like a Gandhi can give this type of statements. The very person is a representation or representative of this ideology. His life is a living scripture. His life is the expression of this saying. What he said, he lived. Of course, he is one of the greatest human beings. Apart from a political leader, there are so many other dimensions for him. Only India can boast that it has got ideals like Gandhi. Every country is represented by their ideals, by their leaders. Only India can boast we have an ideal who is a man who preached and lived non-violence. All countries make only warriors as their leaders. All countries represented by the great warriors. Go round and see all the representatives are leaders of the countries. They are warriors. But here is a country which is represented by a man who died saying, don't punish him, don't punish the guy who killed me. He says even in the last moment, don't punish the guy who killed me. Even in the last moment, is concerned for the other. Even after giving his life, is concerned for others to the extreme. Living religion is easy thing, but living the religion at the moment of death is not an easy thing. Gandhi is a person, he lived his religion even at the time of passing away. Even when he was shot, his lips uttered only Ram, Ram, nothing else. Only he can give this type of statements. Now let us analyze this statement. Need or greed? The whole world has got enough of stuff, enough of things to fulfill everyone, but it cannot fulfill single man's greed. In Jainism, there is a beautiful concept. According to me, whether it is fact or not, we don't know, but it is truth. You need to know the difference between fact and truth. There are so many things which is yet to become fact. If it is already analyzed, if it is given in the form of facts and figures, you call it as fact. If it is already proved by some scientist, some theory, some analysis, we call that as a fact. There are so many truths which is yet to be discovered, which is yet to become fact. Just because it is not yet become fact, you can't say it is not truth. Before the gravitation theory was discovered, before the theory of gravity written, do you think that gravitation force was not there? No. Even before Newton, gravitation force was there. Newton made it as a clear theory. Newton has made the truth as a fact. The truth of gravitation was there, but Newton made it as a fact. So there are so many truths which is yet to become fact. Just because it has not yet become fact, you can't say those things are not truths. In Jainism, there is a truth. Mahavir says, when you come down to this planet Earth, the total amount of food which you will eat throughout your life is sent to this planet Earth. And the energy to fulfill all your desires are given to you. The things which you are going to enjoy, not only food, the house, or the comforts, whatever you are going to enjoy, that is sent to the world, and the energy to enjoy, the power, the capacity to enjoy is given to you. The moment you land on this planet Earth, you have capacity to enjoy what you are supposed to enjoy according to your karma. And the things which is supposed to be given to you, that is also sent to the planet Earth. The problem is, then why we feel here that we are lacking something? Mahavir says, whatever you are supposed to enjoy is already sent to the planet Earth. And the capacity, energy to enjoy also is given to you when you come down. Then why are we feeling always that we are lacking something? That we are missing something? If I ask any one of you, you will tell, no, Swamiji, I think for me God has done a little bit less. He has not given my share properly. I don't think I received my share properly. Somewhere it is stuck. Maybe the courier man did not deliver. Somewhere it is there. It has not yet reached. Everybody feels something is missing. They are deprived. But Mahavir says it is already sent to the planet Earth. What happens? Then why are we feeling that we are deprived? Why are we feeling we are missing something? The problem is, after coming down to this planet Earth, you start seeing from others what others are enjoying, what way others are living, and you start picking up the desires from others. You start picking up your desires from others. You don't work out only your desires. You start gathering others' desires also. For example, from here you go to mall to get a refrigerator. You take enough of money, go there to get a refrigerator. After going there, you meet one of your friend. She is purchasing a color TV and a new oven. So many other things for her house. You slowly feel, I should also have a color TV. I should also have little more jewelry. I should also have better clothes. Instead of purchasing refrigerator, you purchase so many other things. And finally, you don't have enough money for refrigerator. Naturally think of taking loan. So finally you end up in loan. After that you feel that you are not satisfied. You have to work now to fulfill or to give back that loan. Same way, when you come back, when you come down to this planet Earth, when you come back to this planet Earth, when you come, you bring only few desires and the power to fulfill those desires. After coming here, when you start seeing the people who live around you, from them you start picking up many more desires. If your colleague lives in a different way, you think, I should also have the same lifestyle. If your brother lives in a different way, you think, yes, I should also have more richness, more wealth. Seeing others, you start picking up the desires. You start changing your lifestyle. The main problem, you have enough of energy to work out your desires, your life, but you don't have enough of energy to work out somebody else's desires, somebody else's thoughts. In one life you can work out only one life's desires. If you try to work out others' desires also in your life, naturally you are creating more pressure, more stress, more greed for your being. That is why you feel continuously your time, your energy, your money is not sufficient for your life. That is the reason we feel something is missing, something is lacking. I am not having what I am supposed to get. The problem is you have increased your desires after coming down. The number of desires is increased. The energy which you brought is actually enough, sufficient to live your whole life. But when you start living, you start accumulating more and more and more desires. If your brother brings AC to his house, your house temperature increases. Unless you also get the AC, you feel something is missing. There is a continuous running, continuous comparison, continuous jealousy. From the very young age, you are taught to compare. From the very young age, you are taught to compare. According to me, somehow if we can avoid only one thing, that labeling the kids as A, B, C grade, if we can avoid that one thing in our education system, we can eradicate more than 80% of violence and misery from the planet Earth. The moment you start branding, labeling the kids, you teach them how to compare, how to feel jealous. The seeds of living with comparison and jealousy is sown in them. We think, if there is no comparison, how to grow, Swamiji? How to progress? According to me, nobody can progress by comparing. Each being is unique. He has to flower in his own line. If you compare, you may grow as he is growing. You may progress as he is progressing, not as you are supposed to be. The big problem in the rat race is, even if you win, you are a rat. Even if you win, you are a rat, nothing more than that. When you run based on others' style, naturally you end up only in suffering. A small thing you need to understand. There are some kids who are masters of visualization. You will see they will excel in painting, art, poetry, dancing. There are some kids who are masters of verbalization. They will excel in language and logic. There are some kids who can excel in maths, in other field. But when you grade them, you try to generalize them. When we try to generalize them, naturally we sow the seeds of miseries in them. Either we give them low self-esteem or high self-esteem. Low self-esteem and high self-esteem, both are troubles. Both are going to create violence in them. The guy who is having low self-esteem will try to throw stone. The guy who is having the high self-esteem will try to suppress. Seeds of violence is sown, seeds of misery is sown in the kids, inside the heart of children when they are graded as A, B, C. There starts first seed. From the very young age, you are taught to compare, to compare, to compare. You run based on comparison. When you run based on comparison, naturally you pick up the attitude of violence. You try to pull others' legs. You learn all the technical methods to stop others. The more you learn to compare, naturally more you become cunning, more you become crooked, more we become logical. We may hide with beautiful words. No, Swamiji, unless we compare how to grow. But all our idea, you may hide with different kinds of words, but the truth is truth. When you are taught to compare, naturally you start picking up your desires from so many other persons.
Okay.
You try to work out many more desires than what you can in your life. There is a beautiful sutra in the Upanishad which says Icha Shakti, the energy which creates desires in you, is potentially powerful to fulfill the desires in you. Icha Shakti has got enough of energy to create Kriya Shakti in you. It's a very important thing to understand. It says, if you have the desire to possess a house, you can, the very desire can express enough of energy to create a house in your life. Very strange theory, but our rishis are declaring it. I think very courageous declaration. They say, because you are Purna, because you are God, your existence, if you have the Sankalpa, if you have the desire, you have the power to fulfill it also. Then why are we feeling so many times in our life that we are not able to fulfill what we want in our life? Then why are we feeling we are missing something? The problem is you don't work only to fulfill your desires. You try to work to fulfill somebody else's desire also. If you want to have a house, and if you work out your desire, naturally you will see, you will be able to work it out. But by and by, you start picking up all others' desires, and you start working out their desires also. There starts the problem. Now next question arises. How to find out which is my desire and which is others' desire? Which is my desire and which is others' desire? The Upanishad answers beautifully. Your desire means, even when the desire is there, you will see only energy happening to you. You will not feel uncomfortable. You will not have uneasiness in your life. The very desire will give you the joy, will give you a juicy feeling. When you unfold, when you realize the desire, you will have a deep fulfillment. If it is somebody else's desire, the very desire will create uneasiness even before fulfilling. And after fulfilling, the very desire will leave a hangover, a samskar in you. You will not feel fulfilled. You may feel filled for that time. For time being, you will not feel fulfilled. The difference between junk food and the good food. With junk food, you will feel filled but never fulfilled. With the right food, you will feel fulfilled. A deep fulfillment. You will feel you are feeling enough. Not only you are feeling enough, you are energetic to take the next step, next moment, next work in your life. If you eat junk food, just after the food you will feel tired. You will feel like taking rest. See the strange thing. We eat for the sake of energy, but immediately after eating, you feel like resting. Means somewhere seriously something wrong. And if your desires are making you tired, if your desires are creating uneasy feeling in you, if your desires are creating disturbance in your mind, be very clear, there is something seriously wrong in your system. Because according to Upanishads, desires are energy. You can't move even an inch, a single step without having a desire. Just look into your life. Can you move even 1 inch without having desire? No. Desire is your basic energy. Desire is your basic life. Without desire, you can't even get up from the seat to go back to your house. Early morning, if you are coming out of your dream state and entering into your body, physical body, if you observe, you can see very clearly, you will have some deep desire to enjoy something through this body. Only then you can enter into this body. If you are a little introvert, you can understand what I say. Either you will have a deep desire to enjoy something through this body, to see somebody, to experience something, or you will have the fear of losing something. If you don't get up, if you don't go to job, you will lose the job. So either you will have the desire to enjoy something, or fear that you may lose some enjoyment. But basically, the desire to enjoy. The desire to enjoy is the force which pushes you inside the body. Upanishads very clearly declare, you assume human body just to fulfill your desires. So when you assume the human body to fulfill your desires, you bring enough of energy also to fulfill your desires. To fulfill your desires. You have enough of energy to fulfill your desires, to unfold yourself, to unfold your desires. Understand one simple thing. Basically, your energy can never do anything off. Your inborn nature, inborn tendency is fulfillment. So naturally, any desire you have, the moment you create desire, the moment you get the thought, you create, you release energy also to work it out. If you feel you are not able to release the energy, you are not able to work it out, be very clear, it is not your desire. You have picked up that desire from somebody. You have borrowed that desire from somebody. Borrowing desires from others will only make you more and more dull, depressed and tired. There are 4 levels of desires. The first level is physical pleasures and physical comforts. Pleasure to see beautiful scenes. The pleasure of seeing beautiful scenes. The desire to see, desire to hear, desire to taste, desire to smell, desire for sex. The basic pleasures. This is the first layer of desires. The next, name and fame, the attention from others. Name and fame, the attention from others. Third level, spiritual desires. You should understand mainly. People may think even spirituality can become a desire. Yes, our desires to become more spiritual, to have the darshans, visions, to have God whenever we want to have. Even in that level, even in that line, greed can happen. The fourth, ultimate, but very subtle, just to hang on to this body, the desire just to hang on to this body for no reason. In these 4 level desires, see very deeply where you have need and where you are having greed. In these 4 levels, if you analyze your mind, if you analyze your lifestyle, classify all your 4 desires under these 4 categories. There are no other desires, only these 4 categories of desires. All the desires can be brought under this 4 category. Understand whether your desires are the category of need or greed. If it is your own desire, if it is yours, it will be a need. If it is somebody else's, it is greed. You have enough of energy, enough of power, enough of capacity to fulfill your desires, but you don't have energy, capacity to fulfill others' desires. If you look into this 4 layer, you will understand where all you are picking up others' desires. In the sensory pleasures, you can see how much of fantasies you pick up from outer world. In the real life, the reality never disturbs you. The real enjoyments will never disturb you. The desires which you want to enjoy, the desires which you want to have fulfillment, will never disturb you. People ask me, Swamiji, should I renounce all my desires to reach the spiritual state? I tell them, no. Again, it's one more greed. Again, it's one more greed. People renounce here so that they can enjoy there. People always renounce here so that they can enjoy in the other world. I asked a guy who gave up drinking suddenly, why did he give up? No, Swamiji, when I go to heaven, I will be given Somarasa. That is the reason. I told him, never give up drinking, thinking of Somarasa. Give up with understanding that I don't want to have. If you give up for the sake of Somarasa, where is the guarantee? You may not have. You may not be given at all. Why are you bothering about Somarasa? I always tell people, give up, but based on understanding, not based on greed. That's a sect of religion which believes if you give money in this world to their spiritual institution or religious institution, the priest gives a receipt, and that receipt will be kept when the person dies, and if the body is buried, the receipt also kept along with the body. They believe if they take that receipt and show to God, there he will be given the exchange. Be very clear, there is no money exchange in the heaven or hell. If you drop your things for the sake of the otherworldly pleasures, again you are in the same trip. Again you are in the same greed trip. Don't think you are announcing. No. Look into your life deeply. In how many places you replace your greed with beautiful words. Most of the time you can see. Even all our prayers are nothing but bargains. All our spirituality is nothing but bargain. I heard one guy was praying for Mahalakshmi, please give me $1 million in lottery. I will put $100,000 in your hundi. If you don't believe me, deduct that 100,000 by yourself and give me only the remaining portion. All your prayers are nothing more than simple business. Greed, named in a different terms. One guy was praying to Venkateswara. Oh God, if I become successful in my business, I'll put one share. He has got 3 partners. We will make you as a 4th partner. One share we'll put it in your hundi. Some of Venkateswara works. That much I saw. He does his job properly. I never seen anybody having loss or any difficulty when they go to Venkateswara. Because a great enlightened master, Konganava, he installed a special energy in that area. So you can see it's a real Bhuloga Vaikuntha. It is not a simple place where you can fulfill only your desires. It is a spiritual energy. In front of a projector slide, if you keep a slide, the slide will look in reality. If you keep a temple slide, you can see the temple. If you keep an actor slide, you can see the actor. If you keep an actress, you can see the actress. Just like that in front of Balaji, if you keep your thoughts, you can see them in reality. They will become reality. Because there is a projector light. Any thought you keep, whether it is good or bad, the problem is you pray and finally get into trouble. Most of the time we don't even know what should be asked. We pray something and he fulfills it. Then we are in trouble. Then you are in trouble. Anyhow, he never misses. That much I have seen. He always fulfills. Whether it is good or bad, that is your responsibility. Anyhow, these guys had a good profit. It came Only Venkatachalapathi's share came 1 crore. Now problem starts. If it is just 5,000, 10,000 rupees, they don't mind putting in Undi. And it's a big money. Among the 3 partners, one guy said, why God needs so much of money? After all, we have children. He doesn't have any issues. Why he needs so much of money? The second guy said, yes, after all, we are the children of God. Why not enjoy a little bit as a God's prasadam? Third guy said, yes, what you said is right. We will convert all the money into gold and make a small undi. We will throw everything up. Whatever falls inside the undi, we will put it in the undi. Whatever falls outside, we will take that as a Balaji's prasad. The next guy said, no. Whatever falls outside, we will put it in the undi. Whatever falls inside, we will take it. Third guy, very intelligent guy, he said, we will throw everything up. Whatever God wants, let him take. Whatever falls, we will have it. After all, God is there above. All your prayers, you can see, is nothing but the projection of your greed. That's what I say. Even your spirituality is nothing but greed. Look, what all the ways you feel and you try to hide and you try to decorate your greed. First level fantasies. If it is your desires, you will never feel tired. You will never feel dull. You will never feel depressed. Have you seen any single animal suffering by obesity? Of course, natural animals never suffer. If they are pet animals, they suffer because they pick up the habit from you. No, the wild animals never suffer. Have you seen a single natural animal who is suffering, who is having headache, who is going to psychiatrist, who is having depression medication, who is suffering due to obesity? No. They have plenty of food, continuously available. They have everything, but they never suffer. Why? They work out only their desires. But in our life, we continuously pick up desires from others. Continuously seeing McDonald's advertisement is just nothing but picking up the desires. You are bombarded with fantasies. Continuously, the idea is put inside your mind. So naturally, when you see a Starbucks board, you think, let us have a coffee. You don't think whether you need or not. You never ask your body, do I need? No. Just the board. Immediately the inspiration. To stop your car, to have. See in how many levels continuously you are exploiting your body for the sake of your greed. Actually, we always blame our body. Oh, because of my body, because of my sensory pleasures only, I wasted my life. Never blame your senses. Never blame your body. Your body is actually intelligent. Your body is actually natural. The problem is your mind. Problem is actually your mind. Never think your body disturbs you. It is you who disturb your body. See how many times, how many nights you torture your body. Your body begs you to give a little rest. It is closing and it wants to sleep, but you sit and watch football match. And you are sitting in front of the cricket match. You sit and watch the football match. You sit and watch the cricket match. And I am surprised, especially these Indian fools. They think that cricket is patriotism. The idea of patriotism is associated with cricket. Please understand, if at all your country has to be represented, it can be only by 11 enlightened masters, not by 11 fools. I am not blaming the people who are playing the cricket. They are good people. Surely they have not done anything wrong. They are good guys. But they cannot be representative of your country, your culture, which is thousands and thousands of years old. If at all you have to be represented, you should be represented by Shankara, Ramanuja, Vivekananda, Ramana Maharishi, not by 11 fools. But somehow the idea of patriotism and cricket is associated. Basically the game is promoted by underworld. Understand? Of course, I am little open. I am bringing the truth. Even though it hurts, it is truth. Never think at least your country can never be represented by some players. Maybe other countries can be represented because that is their culture. All over their cities they build universities and stadiums. But your country, all over the city, all over the states, all over the village, you build only temples and ashrams. Your country can be represented only by 11 enlightened masters, never by 11 players. Anyhow, how many times you torture your body just for the sake of your joy, and your tongue is burning, your stomach is burning, but do you leave that gongura chutney? No. You just push it inside. Just the very mentioning of the word, now many tongues have started giving saliva. Many times you torture your body for the sake of your joy. Whenever your body feels comfortable after the enjoyment, it is your need. If it feels tired or disturbed, it is your greed. Understand, this is the scale. After the enjoyment, if you feel fulfilled, if you feel ecstasy, if you feel that you are flowered, it is a need. After the enjoyment, if you feel tired, if you feel disturbed, if you feel uneasy in your body and mind, it is just greed. Same with the second level. The scale is for every pleasure, not only for food, not only for eyes, for ears, for smell and for sex, for all the 5 pleasures. This is the scale. This is the scale with which you can measure whether you are having need or you are having greed. Second level pleasure, name and fame. In this, how to find out whether we are having need or greed? If it is just a need, of course, attention is a basic need for human being. Understand, psychologists say 90 days you can be without food, but you can't be mentally balanced more than 14 days without somebody's attention. 90 days you can be alive without food, but you can't be mentally balanced more than 14 days without somebody's attention. If you are not attended, if you are not cared, if you are not loved, naturally you feel something is missing. If continuously 14 days, if you are not attended by anybody, anything, you will become imbalanced. You will lose your balance, psychologists say. Attention is a need. In every one of our life, we must be attended, we must be loved, we must be cared by somebody. If it is just a need, not only you will have it, you will simply reciprocate. You will automatically give it to the other. When you are attended, naturally you will feel fulfilled and you will give it back, you will reciprocate. If it is a greed, how much you are attended, you will only suck others' energy. You will never feel like giving back. You will feel more and more powerful. The more and more you are attended, you will feel more and more powerful. But you will never feel like giving it back. You can see these things in politicians. The more the crowd, you will see they will feel more powerful. The voice will be more. The promises will be more. More they feel energetic, less they do service. More they feel energetic. Again, they work only to get more attention, more name, not to do something in reality. Attention need and attention greed. Attention need is usual, should be there in your life, will be there in your life. Attention need is the basic instinct which created the family system. You give attention to her and she gives her attention to you. Both of you help each other to live happily. That is the vow you take when you marry. When you marry, you take the Saptapadi. In that, there is a vow. Till the end of my life, I will support whenever you mentally feel depressed. And the other person says, I will support you whenever you feel depressed. The problem is nowadays none of us know the meaning of all these mantras. Only Purohits get married. Never we. There are beautiful vows which you take in the time of marriage. According to Hindu system, there is no divorce. Please understand. Hindu marriage system never accept the concept of divorce. You don't have divorce in our Hindu system. You take the oath in front of Agni on the food which you intake. Food, that's why you offer the rice. Annam, Agni, Akasha and Devatas. Finally the Jadaragni which digests the food inside your being. You say till this Agni becomes cold, means till you die. I promise that I will keep up these vows. So in Hindu system there is no divorce. Divorce is neither socially nor spiritually accepted in the Hindu system. When you marry, you take this oath. I will give all my attention, all my love, all my care to her. And she takes the oath in turn. Let me give my attention, my love and my care to the other person. If you are really in attention need, you will have and you will give. The problem is, again you become attention, you get the greed. You have attention greed. Attention greed can never be fulfilled. Even if you have the attention of the people, you will never feel fulfilled. You want only more and more and more. People, why do you think people die to become celebrities? They do all sorts of things to become celebrities. Why? Because the attention greed can take you to any extreme. For the sake of attention greed, you take anything. If you have the attention greed, before getting attention also you will have the deep fear. Oh, will I get or not? The moment you start getting the attention, name and fame, you will have a next fear. Will I lose it? Will I lose it? Will my name be spoiled in some way? Will I lose this attention? Will I lose this name and fame? You can see, before achieving and after achieving, both the time they will have continuous fear. I always tell the people, celebrities are the slave of slaves. Never think leaders are leading you. You are leading the leaders. Mass is always leading the leaders. Never the leaders the mass. It is you who lead them. If you go near and live around any celebrity, if you see them in their close vicinity, you will understand how much of fear they have about you, about the mass. I know intimately many politicians and many celebrities. I have seen their life. That is why I am telling you. If you live in their vicinity, close vicinity, if you know them very intimately, you will understand how much they are afraid of you, the mass. We always think leaders are leading the mass. No. Mass is only leading the leaders. Because without you, they can't be celebrities. Their whole energy, whole life is based on you. If you are not there, they can't be any more celebrities. See, a Paramahamsa is a Paramahamsa, whether you are there or not. He is in ecstasy. He is there. For somebody to become a Paramahamsa, he doesn't need citizens. He doesn't need fans. But for somebody to become a politician, he needs citizens. For somebody to become a celebrity, he needs fans. So it is totally dependent on you. It is not dependent on their individual energy. So it is you who guide them. If you have the attention greed, again you are in the same rut of getting more and more people and maintaining more and more people. To get and to maintain